from that way.
I'll be fucked. Really? Thank you, Spirit. On the 10th of December, go away, flies. 1875. Says it there. And Roma, Queensland, and they were dismembered and because they weren't burnt properly, and then caught the other brother and had them trained down to Brisbane. One got pardoned because there wasn't enough evidence, and Patrick, I'm actually doing a little documentary about the last.
I have.
You have what, Spirit?
In the land down under, where the spirits roam, there's a girl named Roxy. She's got a haunted soul, with a trusty flashlight and a heart full of fear. She's on a mission chasing ghosts to make them disappear. Through the dark and eerie graveyards she'll go. Oh, Roxy's on the hunt, searching for the unseen. Ghosts beware, 'cause she's the queen. In the paranormal depths she'll dive. Roxy won't stop until the spirits come alive. She's a ghost hunter on an Australian ride.
While Queensland may not boast a significant number of bushrangers in comparison to its counterparts in the south, the Kenniff brothers, Patrick and James, stand prominently atop the hill. Originating from Tipperary during the Irish potato famine of the 1840s, the Kenniffs appeared destined for rebellion from an early age, starting their criminal journey as cattle rustlers. Typical of many bushrangers, their illicit activities quickly progressed into more sinister and gruesome endeavours. In December 1894, the Kenniff brothers first came to the attention of authorities following a race meeting in Charleville. After experiencing a string of misfortunes at the races, the Kenniffs found themselves short on funds to settle their debts. In response, they appropriated 3 racehorses and hastily departed. Following the theft of a herd of cattle at Meteor Downs, James Kenniff Sr. took the cattle to Roma for sale, while the brothers, Paddy, Jim, and Tom, navigated through the surrounding areas into New South Wales to avoid police detection. Despite the seemingly weak stock theft charges against Paddy, he intended to turn himself in after the cattle sale, using the proceeds to hire a lawyer for his defence. However, as is often the case in such tales, the Kenniffs could not elude the forces of law and order for long. In February 1895, Tambo police apprehended the brothers, but they managed to escape custody, returning to the bush and leaving the troopers empty-handed. Their luck ran out in March when police discreetly approached their camp. Paddy attempted to flee on horseback, but was halted by an officer who shot at his mount, causing Paddy to be thrown off. Jim, on the other hand, mounted and fled, but was dislodged from the saddle by a low-hanging branch. Both brothers were eventually apprehended. In the subsequent trial in Roma, Paddy received a 5-year sentence, while Jim was sentenced to 3 years. During their incarceration, neighbours, led by Albert Dahlke, a prominent squatter from Carnarvon Station, voiced concerns about the disruptive impact of such lawlessness on the community. This collective protest resulted in the termination of the Kenniff family's land lease at Ralph Block. The Kenniffs, toughened by their prison experience and rendered homeless by the loss of their land, were compelled to live in tents alongside their father. Paddy and Jim, harbouring deep resentment towards Albert Dahlke, adopted a constant vigilance, riding armed at all times. The bitterness towards Dahlke continued to simmer. A confrontation between Jim Kenniff and Dahlke erupted, resulting in Dahlke delivering a severe beating to the younger Kenniff. The Dahlkes were known in the region for their formidable fists and unyielding determination in a physical confrontation. Undeterred, Jim later challenged Dahlke to a rematch, boldly asserting that he wouldn't defeat a Kenniff a second time. From that moment onward, the brothers vowed to exact revenge on the squatter. They roamed the Carnarvon region, pilfering horses from the squatters and sleeping beneath the stars, fueled by visions of vengeance. In 1902, tensions escalated rapidly as the Kenniff brothers found themselves wanted again, this time for stock theft. On March 21st, a warrant was issued for their arrest. By March 28th, the Kenniff brothers had confronted staff at Carnarvon Station, prompting Constable George Doyle to join forces with Albert Dahlke and a black tracker named Sam Johnson to apprehend the outlaws. The events that unfolded next remain a subject of significant controversy, yet to be definitively resolved. Sam Johnson recounted that following a horseback pursuit, Doyle and Dahlke managed to apprehend Jim Kenniff in Lethbridge's pocket, located 2 miles from where James Sr. resided in his tent. However, lacking the necessary tools for restraint since they had left the pack horses behind, the lawmen sent Johnson to fetch handcuffs. Johnson quickly retrieved the pack horses, which were a mere 200 yards away, and as he rode back, he heard gunfire. The assumption was that Paddy and Tom Kenniff had arrived to rescue their brother, resulting in a confrontation between the bushrangers and their pursuers. Considering it imprudent to intervene, Johnson rode away, believing the brothers were pursuing him. Seeking assistance, he encountered a man named Burke from a nearby station and persuaded him to return to the scene. Together, they discovered Boudicea, Dahlke's mount, wandering with her shoulders and saddle stained in blood. During the Easter time expedition led by Johnson, troopers made a chilling discovery in Lethbridge's pocket. Doyle and Dahlke's pack horses were found gathered in a cluster of trees, saddled and equipped with bulging saddlebags. Nearby, the remnants of 3 small bonfires, long extinguished, revealed telltale blood drippings in the surrounding soil. Among the findings were spurs and a pistol belonging to Dahlke and Doyle. A thorough investigation of the horses uncovered saddlebags filled with ashes. Upon closer inspection, the ashes were revealed to contain shards of bone, hair, and charred cloth fragments. The gruesome revelation confirmed the earthly remains of Albert Dahlke and Constable George Doyle. Dr. Voss, the medical examiner, verified the human origin of the remains, transforming the charges against the Kenniffs from stock theft to murder. A reward of $1,000 was now offered for their capture. Aware that they faced charges punishable by hanging, Paddy and Jim sought refuge in the bush, soon accompanied by Tom. Leveraging their expertise as skilled bushmen from previous occupations, the Kenniffs managed to elude the pursuing police until June 23rd, traversing some of the most challenging and rugged terrain within a 200-mile radius. Police speculated that the brothers might attempt to escape by taking a ship to South Africa, prompting surveillance of all activities at the docks. On June 23, 1902, the Kenniff brothers were finally apprehended in a dawn raid on their camp. 2 sub-inspectors, 50 constables, and 16 black trackers approached the Kenniff camp barefooted for stealth and strategically shot the horses. In the ensuing chaos, Paddy and Jim fled in separate directions. Jim was captured first, while Paddy, armed with rifles from the scrub, held off the police before eventually surrendering himself. In Brisbane on November 3rd, 1902, Sir Samuel Griffith presided over the trial of the Kenniff brothers. Found guilty of murder, based on the testimony of Sam Johnson, the siblings were sentenced to death. However, in adherence to tradition, the execution was deferred pending an appeal. Public sentiment at the time leaned largely in favour of the brothers, who had unintentionally become symbols of the hardships faced in Queensland at the turn of the century. The region was grappling with drought, and unemployment was widespread, leading many to view the Kenniffs' involvement in stock theft as a consequence of these dire circumstances. Similar to the Kelly gang's perception over 2 decades earlier in Victoria, the outlaws were seen by many as emblematic of the conflict between squatters and cockatoo farmers. Supporters rallied funds and lodged an appeal with the Supreme Court, which summarily dismissed the appeal. However, Justice Patrick Real questioned James Kenniff's culpability and the validity of the evidence provided by Johnson, much to the displeasure of the Chief Justice. With the appeal facer concluded, James Kenniff's sentence was commuted to life imprisonment, while his older brother, Paddy, still faced the gallows. As the brothers were transported from the courthouse to Boggo Road Gaol, the prison van passed through a crowd of 500 spectators who cheered for the siblings. On January 12, 1903, Patrick Kenniff faced the gallows and was hanged for the heinous crime of murdering Dahlke and Doyle and subsequently incinerating their bodies. His final words were, "I have told you twice before that I am an innocent man. I am as innocent as the judge who sentenced me. Goodbye. May God have mercy on my soul." James Kenniff was released from prison in 1914 and lived to witness the unfolding and conclusion of World War I, passing away in 1940. Until his dying day, he vehemently maintained his and his brother's innocence.
To tell. You shall not.
Shall not what?
Change it.
Change it? No, I'm not going to change it, Spirit. I won't change it. Well, as you know, Spirits, I come with light, love and respect. You know I mean you no disrespect or no harm whatsoever.
His head.
I'm just here to offer you devices for you to communicate with me. So feel free to use these devices if you choose to.
Oh.
Are you able to give me what your name is, please?
Really? Do you know?
Billy? Okay.
Chest.
Chest? I know there is a Billy that has got a connection with this cemetery. Is there any messages you wish to get across? You sound like a child. Is there a child with me right now?
In danger.
In danger?
Hot tea.
Hot tea? Oh, so you're telling me be careful, the tea's hot? No. In danger of burning myself? Oh, Billy T. Billy. Ah. That's right. Back in the day, it was Billy for Billy T. Billy T.
Love
She's
it.
actually.
You love it? Thank you, spirits. Thank you for the communication. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. Such a beautiful area here, spirits. You're very lucky.
Cruise missile.
Just
Cruise missile. Oh yeah, is the tea poisoned? Is it dangerous?
Vital.
Vital? Ah! Oh. What was that? Sound like a dog's bark.
babies.
Baby? Who's baby? Are you saying your dog is your baby?
A man.
A man here? What's your name, sir? Oh. Oh. What's your name? Who's making that really deep, gravelly noise?
So the question.
That sounds inhuman, that voice.
Need cap.
Meanwhile, let's
Died.
Did you die here, spirit? Oh. This cemetery here has a link with the very last known bushrangers in Australia.
Sup?
Sup? What's up? Ooh. Did you hear that really evil laugh? That was weird. Is that
One.
Oh. Did you just say the
Send after
CUNT word?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what was that, spirit?
Did he crack?
So I'll walk over to that monument.
Yes.
Yes? You want me to, spirit?
Birth rate.
Let me hook this speaker up to my shirt.
Back to
Alright.
Well.
Whoa, yeah.
Potty.
From that way.
Was hanged at Buggeroo Jail in 1903, I think it was. I'll be fucked. Really? Thank you, spirits. It's pretty graphic. So yeah, this was Albert Christian. He was born in Pimpamar on the 10th of December. Go away, flies. 1875. Which says it there. And George Doyle, born at Brookfield, the 28th of April 1869. What they did was they shot them up near Roma, Queensland, near Carnarvon Gorge. The Tenerife brothers burnt their bodies, and whatever was left of their bodies they packed into their horses' saddlebags, and they were dismembered, and because they weren't burnt properly, But they would, whatever wasn't burnt was pulled apart, ripped apart, cut open, slaughtered, and put into the saddlebags of their horses that obviously they didn't have to ride back because they were shot. And then yeah, the police went on a mad. Yeah, the police went on a hunt up near Carnarvon Gorge up there. Caught one brother, and then caught the other brother and had them trained down to Brisbane. One got pardoned because there wasn't enough evidence, and Patrick hanged. And he is buried at the Dutton Park Cemetery, which I'll be going to probably sometime on the weekend. I'm actually doing a little documentary about the last Australian bushrangers. This was 20 years after Ned Kelly was hanged. And it turns out that you have what, Spirit?
Criminal
gangsters. All I heard was criminal gang. They used to steal cattle and horses. Absolutely stunning little place.
Which is
Are you following me, Spirits?